I told you that every single cast member at Disney World goes through training so detailed it covers how to walk, how to speak, what to point out, and even how to disappear. And most of it is never discussed publicly. We went deep on this one. Documented training programs, former cast members, park protocols that Disney keeps very, very quiet. And what we found is not what you'd expect. There are 10 things Disney cast members are trained on that they almost never talk about. But we found out. I'm MJ, and this is Inside the Castle Guide. Disney World employs over 77,000 cast members at Walt Disney World alone, and every single one starts with a program called Traditions. Disney's legendary onboarding training that's been running since the park opened. Now inside that training, there are standards, protocols, and rules that go so deep, most guests never realize they're experiencing them in real time. Here are 10 of them, and starting with number 10. Number 10, and this one changes how you experience the whole park. Disney World has one of the most sophisticated guest monitoring systems on the planet, and it's not hidden. Disney has publicly acknowledged it. From magic bands to app location data, camera networks, foot traffic sensors, all of it feeding into a real-time operations center called the Walt Disney World Operations Center. But here's what they don't tell you. That system knows how many people are within 50 feet of every ride entrance, updated by the minute. Cast members receive real-time crowd data through their earpieces. The park is being actively managed around you, invisibly, all day long. Ask a cast member how it works, and they'll smile, redirect the conversation, because the magic only works if you don't see the machinery behind it. And that's number 10. Number 9. There are 3 specific phrases you will never hear a Disney cast member say, because they've been trained completely out of their vocabulary. First, I don't know. Confirmed in Disney's own training documentation. What's their approved response? It's a great question. Let me find out for you right now. Every time, no exceptions. Second, the ride is broken. So if an attraction goes down, cast members use a specific approved script. Something along the lines of, we're making a brief adjustment to ensure the best experience. So the word broken does not exist in the park. And third, that's not my area. Every cast member, whether they work in merchandise, food service, or custodial, is trained that there is no guest problem that isn't their problem. The concept of redirecting guests without helping them doesn't exist. 3 phases, trained out of 77,000 people, and the guest experience is completely different because of it. Number 8. Before a cast member ever sees a guest, every single shift, they pass through an appearance check. Disney has a published internal document called the Disney Lookbook. It covers everything. Hair color, jewelry, nail style, shoe type, tattoo placement. It is a comprehensive appearance standard and it applies every single day. And here's the rule most people don't know. Cast members who don't meet the standard before their shift, they can't clock in. But here's the crazy part. This isn't just about looking professional. Disney's philosophy is that cast members and guest-facing roles are part of the show. They are as much a costume element as the rides and architecture. You've never walked past a cast member who looked off. Hair out of place, wrong shoes, clashing accessories. That's not luck. That's a daily enforced standard that every cast member lives by. And they'll never tell you what's happening. Number 7. You've heard about the Utilidors. I've talked about them. The Disney's underground tunnel system beneath Magic Kingdom. But what most people don't know is the specific reason they were built. So a cast member in Tomorrowland costume cannot be seen walking through Fantasyland. A futuristic character in a medieval village? Disney calls that a violation of the show, one of their 4 core operating standards. So cast members use the tunnels, an entire underground city complete with break rooms, costume departments, and transportation. It's built so that you would never see the wrong character in the wrong land. And here's the crazy part. The Utilidors weren't added until later. Walt Disney himself ordered them before the Magic Kingdom was ever built, because he watched a cowboy character walk through Tomorrowland at Disneyland, and it bothered him so much he had to redesign the entire park. That's the level of detail we're dealing with, and cast members will never casually explain it because explaining the machine breaks the magic. Number 6. Watch a cast member give directions. They never point with one finger, not once. It is documented in Disney training that pointing with a single index finger is prohibited. Instead, cast members direct guests using 2 fingers together or an open palm. And I know I'm going to get comments for this one, so I'm bracing for them. Because there's two reasons why, and I'm going to include them both. Because in many cultures around the world, Disney serves a global guest population. Pointing with one finger is considered rude or offensive, and Disney identified this early and built the solution directly into training. And for the comments out there, I know they're coming, it's because of Walt himself. Because in the early days, smoking was just a natural thing everybody did. And in every photo of Walt Disney, he had a cigarette in his hand. And so when they photoshopped that cigarette out, it was two fingers like he was pointing instead of the one. But here's what makes this more than just a rule. Cast members are also trained in what Disney calls guest-centered communication. They don't just point towards a destination. They offer to walk guests partway there if they can. They make eye contact, they crouch to a child's eye level during every interaction. It's a communication standard so specific it covers body language, eye contact, and hand gestures simultaneously. Number 5. And this one changes how you watch every character interaction for the rest of your life. Mickey Mouse does not speak. Neither does Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, none of them. Every fur character at Disney World communicates entirely without words. And yet, guests walk away from this meet and greets feeling like Mickey heard them. How? Because fur characters are trained in a specific physical performance language. Every head tilt means something. Every hand gesture is intentional. A slow turn toward a child signals recognition. A dramatic double take signals surprise and delight. A gentle hand over the heart signals like emotion. None of it is improvised. It's all trained. But here's what they don't tell you. Mickey's never alone. Every fur character works with a dedicated character attendant. The second cast member standing right there, managing the conversation, the timing, and the guest interaction, while the character performer silently beside them. Most guests are so focused on Mickey, they never really fully register the attendant is there. Which is exactly the point. 2 cast members, 1 character, and 1 completely seamless experience. And here's the crazy part. The cast member inside the suit, they can't see very well, and their visibility through the costume head is extremely limited. They are trusting the attendant to guide them through every single interaction. That hug that Mickey just gave your child, it's choreographed between 2 people in real time, and it felt like pure magic. Number 4. So before a cast member starts their first day, they sign a confidentiality agreement, and this is publicly documented. It covers training materials, internal protocols, and anything Disney considers proprietary about the guest experience. It's like backstage information, character details, operational procedures. But here's the part that surprises people. That agreement doesn't fully expire when they leave. Former cast members, people who left Disney years ago, are still bound by specific provisions of that agreement. This is why you almost never see a detailed tell-all from someone who worked deep inside Walt Disney World operations. It's not because they don't have stories, it's because they made a commitment, and Disney takes that commitment very seriously. Number 3, Disney's entire cast member training is built around 4 core standards. It's called the 4 keys, and the order they're taught is in one of the most important things Disney ever figured out. Number 1 is safety. It's non-negotiable above everything else. Number 2 is courtesy, treating every guest as an individual and not a crowd. And number 3, show, maintaining the theatrical experience at all times because it's all one big show. And number 4 is efficiency, moving guests, managing operations, and running the park. And here's what makes this genius. The order matters. When those 4 things conflict, the higher one always wins. A safety concern stops the show, a courtesy interaction delays efficiency, always. Disney put courtesy at number 2, which means every cast member is trained that a guest interaction is more important than how fast the line moves. And that single decision made by Walt Disney himself is why the experience feels different from every other theme park in the world. Most guests feel it. Almost none of them know why. Number 2, have you ever watched a cast member vanish through a door that shouldn't be there? A seam in the wall, a panel in the hedge, open or close in under 3 seconds? That's not improvisation, that's trained. Disney has a core concept that governs how cast members move through the park as part of the show standard of the 4 keys. Every backstage transition must be invisible to guests. Every exit, every entrance, timed to natural attention breaks. When a parade passes, when fireworks go off, when the crowd's eyes are somewhere else, Disney has literally turned the act of appearing and disappearing into a rehearsed, operational, managed skill. The fact that you've never consciously noticed it is exactly the point. And number 1, this one stopped us when we found out because it's not a guideline, it's a trained standard. Disney operates what's widely known as among cast members as the no sad kids rule. And it's exactly what it sounds like. If a child is visibly upset, crying, overwhelmed, scared, every cast member in that moment is empowered to do something about it immediately. Free ice cream, surprise character buttons, a special moment orchestrated on the spot. Cast members are specifically empowered, trained to act without waiting for approval, to turn that moment around. But here's what's remarkable. This isn't just a policy. Disney trains cast members in child psychology principles. The difference between don't cry and I have something special for you, Disney's training knows exactly why one works and one doesn't. Subscribe if you haven't, because the next one, we're going somewhere no one has ever gone. And I'll see you inside the castle.